AGNIPATH, latest introduction of scheme by the central government for the purpose of helping the Indian defence sector. This scheme of AGNIPATH allows the students to join the course from 17.5 years age to 21 years of age. They were allowed to join at the age of 17.5 years to 21 years. It will be taken over 4 years of training, following which, after 4 years of training, 75% of the recruitees will be paid about 10 lakhs and they will be allowed to leave the organization without pension, and the remaining 25% of the recruitees will be eligible to join in the army for a full 15 years of service. This is a scheme introduced by the Government of India to strengthen the Indian defence sector as well as to include young talent and capable young talent with technology into the defence sector. How this is received by the other sectors, especially corporate sector? Now, the entire corporate sector with big organizations is in support of the scheme introduced by the government by name AGNIPATH. Harvard traders Anand Mahindra, Harsh Goenka, Kiran Mazumdar Shah, Sanju Bikhchandani, Sajjan Jindal, Sangeeta Reddy and N. Chandrasekhar have extended support to the government's AGNIPATH scheme, which seeks to overhaul the decades of old selection process for the armed services. The government wants to change the process of recruitment to the armed services. For that purpose, the government introduced the new recruitment scheme called AGNIPATH. That is, 75% of them will be allowed to leave the course and they can take up private employment, and the balance 25% will be recruited by the government for defence sector to serve for 15 full years. The government also assured that the Agniveers will be preferred for recruitment into the paramilitary forces and government jobs. The students who have completed the course under the scheme AGNIPATH will be called as Agniveers. They will be given priority recruitment opportunities by the government to recruit in the paramilitary forces and government for jobs with regarding security aspect. Some decisions which look unpleasant in the beginning, but those will be beneficial to the country in the long run. This is one of the decisions taken by the government to recruit young talent of India from the age 17.5 years to 21 years under the scheme AGNIPATH, and to treat them as Agniveers after completion of their course for 4 years. The entire nation is expected to be benefited from the introduction of this new scheme of AGNIPATH because of the discipline, dedication inculcated into the young minds of the recruitees under the scheme AGNIPATH. Their discipline, skills, the Agniveers after completing the recruit training will make them eminently employable and will be having a character of discipline, dedication, also the character of efficiency and also the commitment towards the employment. The many corporate groups welcomes the opportunity to recruit such trained Agniveers into their organizations in the security angle, the sectors of security, administration, also human resources management. The corporate world welcomes the opportunity to employ the Agniveers, join them to take these pledge and assure these young recruitees for their better future. So, the Agniveers who has completed their training for 4 years under the scheme AGNIPATH are welcomed by the corporate world and also the government to take up employment opportunities as Agniveers, those who have completed 4 years of training. And also these Agniveers will be having a distinct advantage in recruitment in the industrial job market, because the corporate world is encouraging and also expecting the youth with dedication, commitment, advanced technology capabilities and also the commitment. So they will be having a distinct priority over other employable students. Those who are trained under AGNIPATH for 4 years will have more employable opportunities with the corporate sector as well as the government sector. Also, the armed forces are very fine institutions and a great training ground. If a person does 4 years of national service training in the armed forces, he or she will finish as a disciplined and a trained professional with college degree. The student will come out, the students recruited under the scheme AGNIPATH will come out with a qualification of degree certificate and disciplined and trained professional to take up employment opportunities easily. Means they will be eligible and they will be taken at priority to take up employments by the government as well as the corporate sector. These are the advantages of newly introduced scheme AGNIPATH to help not only the armed forces but also the corporate sector and government jobs for security reasons, for internal security services also. The recruitees trained under AGNIPATH will be given priority for appointment.